この絆は誰にも引き裂けない。
Hey guys, it's Ash here with Watch Mojo, and these are the top 30 most popular anime on the planet.
あなたが私のマスターか。
For this list, we'll be looking at the anime past and present that still remain very much in the spotlight. Whether their sales numbers are through the roof, or they're never far from otaku discourse, these are the building blocks of the modern anime scene. Number 30, Steins Gate. Great sci-fi comes and goes, but there will only be one time-traveling conundrum that continues to stir our soul.
ではどう説明する？房からちぎりレンジに入れたはずのバナナを。
Maybe it's the uncanny combination of real-world physics and the fact messages can be sent to the past via microwave.
うさい。カンガルー。
Maybe it's the tonal shift between slice of life and sweeping tragedy. Or maybe it's the quirky cast that sold the whole thing, especially when it comes to self-proclaimed mad scientist Okabe, whose Chunibyo-ness is only matched by his raw emotional depth. Not enough good things can be said about this series, and trust us, there's been many a discussion over its lifetime.
動くな。全員両手を上げろ。
Number 29, Crayon Shin-chan. Still going strong despite being a squiggly ball of mischief, Shin-chan's antics blur any and all lines between endearing, inappropriate, and hilarious. And that's what makes him so damn entertaining.
Just say yes to drugs!
Whether it's trying to impress every woman he comes across, mooning everyone in sight, parodying all forms of media, or making fresh hell for his family, the light-hearted nature of this rapid-fire collection of shorts has made it a juggernaut in Japan.
Ready to meet my demands now?
What if I'm not?
It's gonna be shocking!
Let's see what you got then.
Until you give me an allowance?
Oh yeah? What?
I vow to never pay again.
One that isn't likely to stop anytime soon if its Titanic episode count is anything to go by. Number 28, Beyblade franchise. That's right, they're still letting it rip all these years on.
Ready, set, let it rip!
For those of us that grew up with the OG Blade Breakers, this anime centered around spinning tops that contained magical beasts was the best kind of crazy. The tournaments, the bit beasts, the dub, it was pure early 2000s greatness. And yet, it's still going. Only now we've got next-gen Beyblade battle graphics, a rotating cast of leads, and lest we forget, we now know Moses was also a Beyblader. May the brilliant silliness long continue.
The power of Beyblades have been used to change the course of rivers and oceans. They have been used to defeat many armies.
Number 27, Chainsaw Man. The hype was well and truly real, though few could have expected the directions this hack-and-slice thrill ride would take them. Going from someone with nothing to live for all the way to a demon hybrid made of chainsaw blades, Denji eagerly accepts his new life as a weapon for the Public Safety Division, where he not only has to contend with monsters of every shape and size, but deal with his own muddling views on humanity.
お前は俺には勝てねえ。
はあ？もう勝ったつもりでいんのか？俺はまだ死んでねえぞ！
そこだ！
Made all the worse by the presence of the ominous Makima in his life.
デンジ君の目が見えなくなっても、私の噛む力で私だってわかるくらいに覚えて。
Number 26. Spy Family. Turns out espionage and comedy go hand in hand. Well, at least if the Forgers are anything to go by. In order to maintain their secret double lives as a spy and an assassin, Lloyd and Yor find themselves in a marriage of convenience, with neither realizing what the other is up to.
どんな困難が訪れようとも共に助けよう。任務が
殺しが
続く限り。
And to throw even more chaos into the mix, their adopted daughter Anya happens to be a telepath. Put all this together and you've got a series that knows how to lean into the warmth of this peculiar family dynamic, as well as its hilarious exploits.
カマンだ。黄昏。
Though that's usually down to Anya turning what would be a national security emergency into another exciting adventure with her lethal parents.
うちの子に何するんですか Wow.
Number 25. Doraemon. Over in the West, this blue cat robot may not mean much, but Doraemon has been a staple of Japanese childhoods for decades now, and there's nothing to suggest he'll be leaving anyone's side anytime soon. Sent from the future to educate and befriend a depressed child, the series is a medley of educational vignettes with an emphasis on emotional well-being. Doraemon's lessons and friendship has been broadcast for so long that he's now a generational icon that's become part of many a family's lives, and for that, we salute him.
どうでもいいけどそんなにゴロゴロばっかりしてていいの？
宿題はどっさりあるんだよ。
Number 24. Hunter x Hunter. Just goes to show what an impact this thing made on account that even though there's been no word of any kind of follow-up, and don't even get us started on the manga, fans are still chomping at the bit for more of this gloriously rich, layered shonen superstar. Focusing on Gon and company as they endeavor to become hunters, find Gon's missing father, as well as contend with the threat of evil Nen users, and also an invasion of carnivorous beast hybrids, the world building and battles that this series has put forth are so monumental that nothing can shake it from its perch. Number 23. One Punch Man. Who says superheroes have to be serious? Saitama may look goofy and unimpressive, but it just so happens he's the strongest one alive. His ability to defeat nearly any opponent with just one punch earns him disbelief and occasional admiration, as his attempts to turn pro lead to many intense and often funny battles.
分かった分かった。雨降ってるから早くかかってこい。
The series' wonderful contrast between serious action and comedic moments is emphasized through superb animation and expertly crafted showdowns, and even with it being lulled into countless hiatuses, desire to see the world's strongest man make a return has not slowed down since.
必殺マジシリーズ。マジ殴り。
Number 22. Sword Art Online. You can hate on it all you want, but the original work still stands as one of the highest selling light novels of all time, something that seemed to translate to the first season of the anime upon release. Trapped inside a virtual video game world, players Kirito and Asuna have to traverse a gauntlet filled with enemy players, monsters, and the occasional awkward love scene. Its immense polarization has only served to earn it more attention, which might explain how it's landed itself multiple spin-offs and sequels, with War for Underworld significantly raising the bar.
ストストリーム
Number 21, Code Geass.
ルルーシュビ・ブリタニアが命じる貴様たちは死ね
As if Zero needs an introduction, exiled from his home, Lelouch seeks to instigate a rebellion and take revenge on his father and his homeland. To accomplish this, he utilizes the mind-altering power of the Geass, as well as leading a rebellion as a masked vigilante.
私はゼロ
Zero.
Code Geass casts a wide net and has a little something for everyone, including mecha fans, those who have a thing for psychological escalation, even a little bit of high school drama for the slice of life crowd. All helmed under one of the most complex and morally questionable leads, as Lelouch's goals for peace take him to some frighteningly dark places.
どうしてルルーシュ
さようならユフィ多分初恋だった
Number 20, Cowboy Bebop. The space cowboy does not miss, and even long after that final bang, Spike is still making a name for himself as the slickest bounty hunter in the cosmos.
You trust your eyes too much, Asimov. You're not a chameleon, you know.
It was honestly impossible for this to not become a mainstay in anime culture, from the sheer power of its score to its characters, performances, the noir influence, all the way down to nailing what many would describe as a pitch-perfect finale. Spike is destined to continue to carry the weight of all anime fans' expectations as one of the true GOATs. Number 19, Bleach. With sword in hand, this series carved a path for the golden age of shonen. Following a meeting with a Shinigami, Ichigo finds himself taking on the role as a supernatural protector between the human world and the afterlife, only for things to get messy in the best possible way when the afterlife's military forces come a-calling.
助けに来たぜルキア
The show's emphasis on youthful rebellion really strikes a chord with younger viewers, and its great fight scenes and enormous cast of characters ensured that come the end of the series, everyone had a favorite.
これ以上やられるわけにはいかねえらしい
While Bleach may have fallen off sharply in popularity towards its conclusion, its reinstigation via the Thousand-Year Blood War has done wonders to recapture its magic. Number 18, Full Metal Alchemist franchise. You don't get recognized as one of the greatest anime of all time without doing something right. When the original series exploded onto the scene, it captivated fans everywhere with the Elric brothers' tale of redemption, the artistic portrayal of alchemy, as well as the characterization of the fearsome homunculi. Then along came Brotherhood and ramped everything up to 11 with a narrative much more akin to creator Hiromu Arakawa's original work. Its philosophical views and amazing action scenes have cemented it as a top-tier series that many anime lovers consider sacred. Number 17, Neon Genesis Evangelion. One of the most influential and critically acclaimed mecha anime of all time, Evangelion depicts the tribulations of Shinji Ikari as he is forced to battle alien invaders known as Angels, all the while battling his own insecurities and traumas.
やります。僕が乗ります。
Combining psychological examinations of its fundamentally flawed characters with some excellent battles between Eva and Angels, for the longest time there was nothing else quite like it. Like it or love it, the series introduced a whole generation to the genre while also turning it on its head, and that's before even the Rebuild verse came along. Number 16, Fate Stay Night franchise. What began as a visual novel is now a spiderweb of fantastical, somewhat confusing, and endlessly popular battle royales that continue to branch out even to this day.
あなたが私のマスターか
The Fate franchise follows a succession of powerful magi who engage in battle royales with one another, using summoned spirits in order to attain the Holy Grail, which will grant them one wish. The series has had a huge number of sequels, spin-offs, and tie-ins across various media, and the anime have proved to be especially popular. Ufotable godly animation and wide variety of entry points have made it a very accessible and therefore well-liked franchise. And it doesn't hurt that Fate Grand Order is one of the most popular apps around. It's literally impossible for the hype to die down.
What's this for?
Thank you.
No, the thanks go to you.
Number 15, Jujutsu Kaisen. We've all waded through our fair share of modern shonen with a dark twist to them, but rare is the one that takes a supernatural premise and polishes it to such a glorious sheen.
両面宿儺の指特級呪物だぞ猛毒だ確実に死ぬ
Yuji's induction into the world of curses and jujutsu sorcerers is exquisitely portrayed. From its power system to the broadness of its characters, the morally grey overtones of its star players, all the way to the ferocity and panache of its fights. There's a reason why many consider this a successor to the throne of the Big Three.
領域展開無料空所
Number 14, Sailor Moon franchise. It was the first successful shoujo anime to hit the Western mainstream. The titular character is considered to be one of the greatest female superheroes of all time, and has since acted as a benchmark for numerous other series that have followed in her footsteps. So yeah, Sailor Moon is a big deal. Her empowering example to young girls remains nothing short of inspirational, while the fight scenes and romantic elements can still be enjoyed by plenty of other demographics. It's little surprise she and the rest of the Senshi came back for an encore 20 years later via Sailor Moon Crystal. Number 13, Detective Conan. With over 1,000 episodes under its belt, over 20 movies, and zero signs of slowing down,
江戸川コナン探偵さ
探偵さん
there is only one truth, and it's that Conan's crime-solving exploits are likely going to outlive us all. Something of a national treasure, it's maintained its place as the 4th highest-selling manga of all time for a fair while now, with over 200 million copies sold.
通学途中を狙えば簡単なのにそれに姿まで見られるなんて不用意すぎる
We're not sure how many more crimes that the pint-sized detective can solve by this point, but given how there's still no end in sight, the anime is bound to continue its steady stream of success.
やっぱり疑われてたか
Number 12, My Hero Academia. In a world where everyone has superpowers, all it takes is a powerful fanboy to change the tide and become the next true symbol of peace. Sweeping the globe by paying homage to all things Caped Crusader, yet injecting some shonen goodness and an intriguing ongoing storyline about the nature of heroism, My Hero Academia has gone on to become an addictive series that explores what happens when heroes become the center of society, both the good and the ill. With Deku leading the charge as a lovable lead, and a colossal cast of fellow heroes to back him up, this series continues to go from strength to strength. Number 11, Yu-Gi-Oh! Franchise. It's always time to duel.
What are you doing?
I've gotta get in there so I can stop this train!
Spanning 20 years and counting, Yu-Gi-Oh! And its various sequels have pretty much retained the same formula when it comes to its cast participating in the Duel Monsters card game in increasingly dramatic circumstances. Themes of friendship, trips to the Shadow Realm, ridiculous hairstyles, you know the drill. The tie-in card game and various video games and other merchandise have helped make Yu-Gi-Oh! Not just one of the most popular anime, but also one of the highest grossing media franchises ever, which is why it's fair to say that the Blue Eyes White Dragon is far from done.
Yugi, I will not be defeated at my own tournament! Kaiba, you're too late! Dark Paladin attack!
Number 10, Gundam Franchise. The seminal mecha franchise, the Gundam series pushed the genre by emphasizing more real-world science behind the fantastical concept of giant mecha robots, and has been tremendously influential in anime as well as other forms of Japanese media, whilst choosing to shift its narrative towards war and all its ramifications. The word Gundam has become something of a byword for giant piloted robots, and when the title of your franchise becomes synonymous with your genre, you know it's popular.
I'll kill you.
Zeta, Build, Witch from Mercury, Gundam remains unstoppable.
Gundam.
Number 9, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Spanning multiple generations of the Joestar family, this franchise is so deeply rooted within the anime fandom that you'd be hard-pressed not to see the parodies and references that litter the internet. Aside from being pure meme material, the culture, scale, style, and battles of each JoJo's particular arc remain some of the most engrossing to date, ranging from the laughably absurd all the way to the bitterly realistic. From Phantom Blood to Stone Ocean, it truly is an anthology of awesomeness that needs to be seen to be believed.
Stone Free.
Number 8, Attack on Titan. Like a bat out of hell, this series exploded onto the screen and hasn't settled down since. Blending together visceral action, dark fantasy, and mature elements that have continued to rattle fans over the years, humanity's ongoing battle against the Titans has managed to carve itself a spot as a modern classic among anime lovers. With its curtain call almost upon us, if it pulls off the landing, then it will go down as one of the all-time greats, where the only thing more devastating than its death scenes are the choices of its flawed cast. Number 7, Death Note, the anime that struck gold. With but a single series, this now legendary title managed to establish itself as one of the smartest and most beautifully crafted examples of the occult detective genre ever put to both screen and paper.
Death Note. 直訳で死のノート
After finding himself in possession of a notebook capable of taking lives, genius sociopath student Light Yagami vows to fix the world by cutting away those he views as rotten, only to find himself brought into conflict with an intellectual equal known as L.
私はエルです まさか
Both lead characters have such a profound impact that there are still some who see Light's murderous actions as justified, while others still insist L is still the sexiest man alive. Go figure.
そう言うと思ってました
Number 6. Studio Ghibli Anime. Hey, it's not cheating, it's true. Ghibli's body of work is timeless, not only offering glimpses into fantastical worlds with characters, obstacles, and underlying themes that will mesmerize as well as move you, but also offer insights into every facet of Japanese culture, all through the prism of some of the most wondrous animation we're likely to witness in our lifetimes.
Oh, I'm just going to the bakery.
Don't get alarmed, but I'm being followed. Act normal.
Spirited Away is as close to a masterpiece as you can get. Howl's Moving Castle became beloved the world over. Princess Mononoke is the ultimate environmental flick, complete with Giant Wolf.
I caught her human parents defiling my forest. They threw their baby at my feet as they ran away. Instead of eating her, I raised her as my own.
The Cat Returns, Whisper of the Heart, When Marnie Was There, the list goes on. And now we've even got The Boy and the Heron. Number 5. Pokemon. What started out as an innovative video game managed to turn itself into a miniature empire, one that spawned an anime series that somehow has found a way to keep going, even to this day.
I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was.
Hoping to be the best like no one ever was, Ash Ketchum took the place of the player as he set out to become a Pokemon master.
Oh, hi, Pikachu!
Pika.
While it took him much longer than expected to achieve that, his adventures still managed to earn him hundreds upon hundreds of episodes, numerous female sidekicks, and pretty much the guarantee that sometimes quantity over quality can win the day. That's a catchy rap.
Diglett, Nidoran, Mankey, Venusaur, Rattata, Fearow, Pidgey, Seaking, Jolteon, Dragonite, Gaslit, Ponyta, Vaporeon, Poliwrath, Butterfree!
Number 4. Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba. In such a short amount of time, Demon Slayer has grown into a mega hit that absolutely no one saw coming. Propelled by its absolutely stunning anime adaptation by the masters at Ufotable, manga sales have been through the roof, surpassing even the latest volumes of One Piece. And to top all that off, the movie based on the Mugen Train arc not only became the highest grossing anime movie of all time, but the highest grossing worldwide film of 2020. Even the Prime Minister of Japan is a fan. Doesn't hurt that Tanjiro's goal to save his sister from her demonic condition is packed with some of the most jaw-dropping examples of action choreography we've seen in anime. Number 3. Naruto franchise. It was saturated with filler episodes and gained infamy for a few narrative decisions. Yet through it all, the knuckle-headed ninja persisted to give us a series that, despite its flaws, created a world filled with so many brilliant moments that fans were more than happy to push past its hurdles. Its manga remains a bestseller. It managed to dish out a whole slew of original movies, and even got itself a sequel series that has surprisingly managed to capture some of the best parts of the original. Who would have guessed? Number 2. One Piece. It's the best-selling manga of all time only just entered the last third of its epic narrative saga, and somehow managed to blend batshit insane fight scenes with political poignant commentary. To say that this property is a masterpiece would be an understatement. Thankfully, the crazy quality of the work hasn't only earned it a die-hard set of loyalist fans who wait on each new chapter and episode like hungry wolves, but the way it bypassed all manner of shonen conventions has made it the gold standard for all adventure anime that have come after it. It will truly be a sad day when Luffy has to hang up his hat. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Dragon Ball franchise. Redefining the West's perspectives on how action and animation can go hand in hand, it's fair to say that this series, especially in the case of Dragon Ball Z, was something of a revolution for many, opening the gateway to the wacky, wild, and wonderful stories that could be found in anime. Its impact certainly hasn't been forgotten, which might explain why its sequel series, Dragon Ball Super, has managed to recapture the populace's adoration of Goku and his friends as they take on the might of intergalactic combatants. Plus, we're pretty sure that the Kamehameha is now ingrained into the human race's psyche. How's that for popular? Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.